Welcome to the inaugural broadcast of the 106 in Mass podcast. We are here to assist you and to help you. And so today in our inaugural broadcast, we decided that we would introduce you to all of the Mass staff. My name is Wayne Jackson. I'm the director, and all of the Mass staff is here today to provide you with some insights on what we do. So I'll provide each staff member an opportunity to introduce themselves. And so I'll start first with Miss Sheila Siegrist. Sheila?
Hello, everyone. My name is Sheila Siegrist. I am the administrative assistant for the Mass office. I am a UCF alum as well as a first-generation student. I've been with UCF for 7 years in this position. And prior to that, I have a background in customer service in the semiconductor business. So I'm here to service you and the best we can to support our staff. And we look forward to seeing you in our office, hopefully this fall.
Right. No time soon, okay? Just throw that out there. But yeah, Sheila is that person who assists us and pays for all the bills. My staff is they're just having a giggling good time with all of that. But yeah, COVID is real. And I want to make sure all the staff, including myself, are still alive. So anyway, let's go to Tammie. Tammie is one of our assistant directors. Tammie, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tammie Nadeau. I am the assistant director in the Mass office. I'm extremely excited to be here today to share with you some of the details of our programs. Mr. Jackson, thank you for the invitation. At UCF, the first generation experience is a unique experience. It is not a monolithic experience. So I look forward to sharing with you today a little bit about what our first generation program has to offer. In addition to that, our Night Alliance program, which serves our former foster care youth, is also one of our programs, and our Sister to Sister program. Again, thank you, Mr. Jackson. I'm delighted to be here today.
Okay, thanks, Tammie. We're going to get a little bit more into all of those programs that you have. Next is our other assistant director, Miss Josefina Rosario. Josefina, go right ahead.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm very excited to be here, and it's an honor to work for the Mass office. I've been with UCF now for about 8.5 years. I started at the undergraduate admissions office, and then I moved myself over to the Mass office, where I have been there for about 3.5 years. So it's very exciting to be here. I work with the Latino population and also the DACA Dreamers, and I'll go in a little bit further with the information.
Okay, thank you so much. Next, Mr. Jeremy Jones. Jeremy, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeremy Jones. I'm our coordinator for our Multicultural Academic Support Services. My duties entail with our Male Initiative, Male Student Success Initiative, where I work with our Brother to Brother program, our Collegiate Male Institute, and our Brothers on the Rise program.
All right. Thank you so much. So in case you don't know what we're all about, we are an actual department here at UCF. And really, our mission is to maximize student success by helping multicultural and first generation students in their transition to UCF, and then connecting with the university community and our partners. Basically, the bottom line is we want you to be successful. We want you to be successful here at UCF, and we also want to begin to prepare you for success after UCF, which is also very important. Because if you do all these good things at UCF and you can't go out there and either go to graduate school or get a job, then we have not done our job. So what I would first like to do is let's start with the first generation program. And Tammie gave you a little insight into the first gen program, but a lot of people, Tammie, might not know what who is a first generation student. And then you can talk to us about some of the services that you offer in the program.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Your assumption and your statement is exactly correct. Many students and sometimes professionals don't quite understand what being a first generation is, or what the experience is, or the definition of a first generation student. For the sake of the podcast today, I will define the first generation student or first generation scholars at UCF as being a student who grew up in a household with a parent or guardian, and neither parent or guardian earned a four-year degree. Some people will say, well, my brother has a degree, my sister has a degree, or my cousin has a degree, and we all live in the same household together. Am I still first generation? The question is yes. If neither parent or guardian earned a degree, a four-year college degree, that student would still be considered a first-generation student, meaning the parent can have some college experience, but just really doesn't have that four-year degree.
Okay, thank you. And so what are some of the services that are offered?
In the first-generation program, I like to tell students that your experiences are not monolithic, so our support services are designed intentionally to support the student success of all of our students. What that means is we offer a variety of support services and programs to help advance the student success of each of our nights at UCF. That could be counseling, advising, academic support services, scholarships, just someone to listen to. As first-generation scholars, sometimes that's the biggest hurdle to being successful in college. Many of our first-generation students are academically prepared to be here, but however, when they arrive on our campus, they somehow feel the need, they need that social engagement, that involvement. And our goal on our campus is to make sure that our students are not only connected academically, but they also have a sense of belonging and a sense of self-efficacy on our campus. And that's where our programs come into play. We offer a series of workshops every semester. The students have one-on-one peer mentoring interaction as well. They also are able to come in and schedule advising appointments or counseling appointments with us. We also serve as a resource for our students in a one-stop shop type of environment where students are able to be referred out for additional support services, or we do partner with other offices as well to offer our workshops. It's all about the student experience for our first generation nights, making sure that they understand that this is their home and that we're here to make sure that they're successful and graduate from our institution.
And, you know, a lot of people, Tammie, it was interesting because I was talking with a student just yesterday and she said, oh, I'm a first generation student. And so she had no idea what that meant. And then I told her how many students we had here and she was blown away. So how many first generation students are there here at UCF?
That's a great question. You know, UCF has over 71,000 students here. And at UCF, 18% of those students as of fall 2020 are first generation. So we're looking at approximately 14,000 students on our campus at this very moment that are first generation students.
You know, that's really interesting because one of the institutions that I worked with, they only had 5,000 students, period, both undergrad and grad. And so you're telling me we've got 14,000. So we have as many first generation students here as some institutions have students.
Absolutely. Our population of first generation students essentially could be a small institution within itself, right? Because 13,000 students, like you just pointed out, some college campuses don't have that many first generation students in their entire student body. We are very fortunate at UCF because of the support services that we have in place and the attractiveness of our campus and our programs. Not only are our students here in numbers, and I like to make that distinction because it's important to say that we're not just enrolling students, we're actually serving our students. Our students do very well on campus, and we are intentional about the support services that we provide to those students.
Excellent. Can you tell us very quickly about, we have a first generation honor society. Can you talk to us about that?
Sure. Mr. Jackson, what Mr. Jackson is referring to is a brand new honor society for first generation scholars at UCF. Tri-Alpha is a organization that recognizes, as a national honor society that recognizes the achievement of first generation students. We will launch next week with our promotional items, asking students to engage with us and become members of Tri-Alpha. In addition to that, in April, we will have our first induction ceremony. It is a national honor society which is recognized nationally. We are the second institution in Florida to offer this first generation national honor society to our students, and we're really excited to be one of the first state institutions to offer it.
Excellent. I almost forgot. We're an award-winning first generation program. Tell us about that.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. We have won several awards for our services that we provide for our students and just the comprehensiveness of our program. We are recognized as a first generation forward institution, and we are also recognized as a first scholars institution. The groundwork, of course, was laid in student development and enrollment services with our vice president, Dr. Ehas, and yourself. So we are very excited that nationally we are recognized as a leading institution. We have been invited to provide insights on how we serve our students at UCF to other institutions as well. I look forward to expanding not only what we do here at UCF for first generation scholars, but to first generation scholars nationally. I am also a first generation scholar, so this work is really important to me, and I am really committed to making sure that not only do they have access to college campuses, but they also succeed when they arrive on our college campus. So thank you for the opportunity to share that additional details.
So as you can see, we do an awful lot with first generation students. And Tammie, we're going to come back to you a little bit later so you can talk about the Sister to Sister program and the Night Alliance Network. But one of the things that I forgot to do, I forgot to introduce our grad assistant, Emily Winchester. Come on down.
Hi, everybody. My name is Emily Winchester, and I currently serve as the graduate assistant in the Mass office. And I'm also currently pursuing a dual master's degree in nonprofit management and public administration. As previously mentioned, just like everybody else, I'm also a UCF alum. I got my bachelor's degree in political science from UCF. And then after I graduated, I took a year off before starting grad school, and I got married, and I did a year of service with AmeriCorps before I decided I just missed UCF so much and was so indecisive that I had to come back and get 2 master's degrees. But if you ever have any questions about any of that, about going into graduate school, picking a graduate program, the graduate application process, or even what working as a graduate assistant is like, I'd be more than happy to talk with you and answer any of those questions, because I know it's kind of a daunting journey. And the only reason that I was able to get through it and do what I did is because other people were willing to let me ask them questions. So I'd be happy to talk to any students about any of that. And thanks for bringing me back in, Mr. Jackson.
Oh, no problem, because I got another question for you, because I'm sure some people don't even know what a GA is or a graduate assistant is. What is a graduate assistant?
That's a great question. And if I'm being honest, a graduate assistant can be kind of anything you need them to be. I do a little bit of everything. Yes, I do a little bit of everything here at the Mass office, and that's kind of the way I like it. If you see posts on social media, chances are that's probably me. If you get the Mass newsletter in your email inbox, chances are that is also probably me. If you are ever honored enough to be one of our Access Peer Mentors and you get lots of emails and meetings, that's also probably me. So any events or programming, really anything that needs help getting done around the office in a wide array of things, I'm there to help out with. And it's a great learning opportunity to really grow and get to connect just within my university community alone, and then also with other graduate assistants who work within our division, student development and enrollment services. I really love when I get to partner with them and work with them on projects, and then also getting to connect back to the student body. So being a graduate assistant looks vastly different depending on where you look and what department you end up in, but it's a great opportunity, and I would highly encourage anyone who wants to go to graduate school, especially at UCF, to look and seek out and find a graduate assistantship, because they're hard to come by and they're difficult sometimes to find and secure because there's not too many of them on campus, but they are definitely worth it, and it has been a totally worthwhile opportunity. So I would 10 out of 10 recommend, and I'm not just saying that because I'm talking to my boss, I promise.
That's all right. I'll keep you for another year. But, you know,
I'll take it.
Oh, there you go. One of the things, Emily, that a lot of people might not know is that by being a graduate assistant, that means our office pays for your tuition. And so by paying for her tuition, what Emily does, she works in our office 20 hours a week. We pay for her tuition. And so for many students who might not understand or realize how they're going to pay for graduate school, this is one of the ways to do it. Whether you're applying to UCF or whether you're applying to another school, you can ask for any graduate assistantships or research assistantships or teaching assistantships that can probably help you offset some of the finances of attending graduate school. So Emily, thank you so much. We appreciate what you're doing, and thanks for being on our first inaugural podcast. We're going to move now to Miss Miss Josefina Rosario. Josefina, are you there?
I am here. I'm very happy to be here.
Well, you head up several organizations. You head up DACA Dreamers, you head up Access, you do the Latino retention. So talk with me. What is a DACA Dreamer?
A DACA Dreamer is deferred action for childhood arrivals. And that was something that President Obama, during his term, created to be able to have these students go to school and have some kind of a status, because before then these students did not have a status, so he created a status for them.
And so what do you do with these students?
These students, basically what we do is we provide resources, and we also assist them with financial services in regards to scholarships and everything else that has to do with finance, because these students are not able to receive federal aid. So we have to, all the funding that we receive has to be from private funding. And we work very closely with the Dream US organization that provides funding, and it's they get a scholarship. These students get a scholarship for the entire time that they're in school. So it pays for their degree, basically. So if they wish to make a bachelor's degree, the Dream US pays for it. So they just have to apply, and it's an application process just like every other scholarship. And if selected, because not every student is guaranteed to obtain the scholarship, if selected, that the Dream US would pay for their degree.
Now I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. How many DACA Dreamers or how many DACA students are on our campus? And then also, how many of those DACA students are Dreamers?
We have 95 students that are Dreamers. Out of the, which that is the recognized Dreamers that we have in our database that work with the Dream US and receive the scholarship. DACA students, we have 50 plus students that are DACA. However, I have to say 50 plus because not all of them wish to be recognized. So we at UCF do not keep track what your status is. If you're legal or not a permanent resident here in the US, we do not keep track of that. So therefore, it's hard to give you a specific number with the DACA students.
Okay. And so these students have to meet with you, or is it all the DACA Dreamer students, or is it just the Dreamer students?
What we've created what we call an agreement between the DACA Dreamer students, where they have to visit with me 3 times a semester. It's a check-in, is what we call a check-in. The DACA students are actually now coming in because they're hearing it through the grapevine and seeing, okay, this works for me. This is someone that's going to help me. And because these students, to protect their identity, because it is very difficult out there, we want to make sure that they feel that they have a safe space that they can speak to. And when I say safe space means that none of the information that they give us, we provide to any agency.
Okay, well, thank you so much. And I think one of the key words you said there was safe space. I think if you talk with Tammie, Josefina, we're going to talk with Jeremy next. That's what we provide. I mean, how many times, folks, have we heard individuals pre-COVID, when students were allowed in our office, that this office was a safe space for them? Because our job is to encourage you and really help you understand that you've got what it takes. You know, if it means that we have to sit down with you and help you figure it out, we will do that. But if you're here at UCF, you've got what it takes in order to be successful. So let's turn over to Jeremy Jones. And Jeremy, as he said before, heads up our male initiative. So Jeremy, talk with us about the Brother to Brother program.
All right. Brother to Brother program has been on our campus now since 2008. And it was just a create that safe space. You know, once again, Mr. J just talked about our office was giving that safe haven for underrepresented male students to come and bond and just, cherish conversation that normally they don't get outside in today's society. So with that program, we developed a peer mentoring program. So a lot of our upperclassmen will come in and talk to our upperclassmen, talk to our underclassmen, and get them to integrate into the community. Because we know that in higher ed, the sooner they get connected to university or connected to any community partnership, they'll end up being successful. And that's one of the big things we want to do. We want to recruit, retain, persist, and graduate. Our collegiate males has been one of the top nations as far as retaining them. Our Brother program has been a catalyst to helping us to move to 92% as far as retention. We are, ongoing as far as being, meeting the students where they are. Our males are very different. They are in STEM majors. They come in at different facets of different varieties of different things. And I think for us here in the Mass office, our males become leaders. That's one of the things I teach a lot of our males is I want you to be a better son, a potential father, and a potential husband. And so that's what we incorporate in our Brother program. We have about 8 programs a year, and they range from academic skill building, mentorship, leadership development, career readiness, and social justice and advocacy. And so we actually have 3 different programs, which I talked about at first was our Brother program that helps for that first to second year retention. The Collegiate Male Institute works with that 3rd to 4th year and to attain them and help decrease our attrition rate. And then we have a program called Brothers on the Rise where our guys go and do mentorship at the local high school. And this was pre-COVID. So right now we are trying to revamp our pre-collegiate experience for us mentoring.
So what type of services do you provide, or what are some of the things that you might do with the guys on campus?
So right now we do one-on-one advising for our males. We definitely put a lot of things in our academic skill building. So we developed the academic success plan. From the day they walk in the door, they have an individual meeting with myself, and they have the meetings throughout their first year with their mentors, and they go over the goals. That's one of the biggest things, make sure they have a goal while they're here. And the biggest goal they need to have is graduate. So how do you attain that graduation, the graduate degree? Is first, make sure they're in the right program. And so we have academic advising, we do tutoring with our guys, we get them acclimated to different student organizations on our campus, and we help promote leadership development through these type of one-on-one things with them. Outside of that, we provide cultural events, and we'll take them to different places, and we actually had a team building exercise at the low ropes course. We talked about confidence. We talked about toxic masculinity. We have safe talks, and we call them our fireside chats, and it can go from politics, it can go all the way to how to be financially savvy with your money. Because right now we are in a pandemic, and we always got to know how to continue to collect our coins. And so that's one of the biggest things I want to make sure my guys are doing is be well-rounded individuals. So when they walk outside these doors, they are being productive in today's society.
Excellent. And working with males, we know is not necessarily easy, but it's something that we have to do. And so what I'd like to do is come back to, thank you, Jeremy, I'd like to come back to Tammie and have her talk about what I consider probably one of our newest programs, but probably one of the, also a very successful program, and that is Sister to Sister. Remind me, Jeremy, to come back to you because I want to talk about this award we won for our male program. But Tammie, tell me about Sister to Sister, because to give you a little backstory, we have had Brother to Brother for quite some years, and Tammie kept getting on me, Mr. Jackson, we need Sister to Sister. We need a Sister to Sister. And so finally I said, all right, let's put together a Sister to Sister program. And of course, the females started coming out of the woodwork. So Tammie, go ahead and explain to us what Sister to Sister is about and how students might be able to get involved.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Sister to Sister launched about a year ago. We have been in operation for a full year. The program consists of collegiate females. At the time, we wanted to make sure that those collegiate females not only had a connection to UCF, but they also had a connection to other collegiate females on our campus. We focused on the social integration, the cognitive integration, and also the academic integration into our campus. Our females, like you said, we launched the very first year. We ended up with a total of 125 students that were across 2 semesters of being engaged in our programs. The collegiate females, they design the programs, they mentor the students. We have certain programs that are designed to just get to know each other at some times, right? We just want to have an atmosphere where they can actually do dream boards and talk about the future and make plans. And they also do study groups together. We have a different level of resources and workshops every semester for our sister to sister. But our most prominent component of that program is the peer mentor reach out. Those females are very supportive of each other. They support each other not only in the social environment, but also in the academic environment. And they're there to listen to each other. They have a great bond together. I'm really proud of the work that we've done over the past year, and I'm looking forward to this year as well. For females that are interested in joining the Sister to Sister program, if they would just email the office or send us or stop by the office, and we can get them to complete a Sister to Sister information form and add them to our GroupMe and our social media as well.
So, Tammie, do you want to give them your email address if they want to email you directly?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. My email address is Tammie, that's TAMMIE .Nadeau, NADEAU @UCF.edu. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Josefina, access. Now, we know there are quite a few students here at UCF that are part of the Access program, but what is it and what role does MASS play in Access?
The Access program is our summer bridge program, and it occurs every year. And MASS is one of the offices that handles the program itself. We partner with our SARC office, but MASS is the backbone, I would say, for the Access program.
And so what do students do if they're part of Access, and what role do we play?
The role we play is we provide them with all the necessary tools they need to be successful in the summer. In addition to that, we provide peer mentoring for our students, and peer mentoring is composed of every student has a peer mentor. Last year, we had about 363 students in the program, and we had 18 peer mentors, which assisted these 363 students, and it was completely online. And they have one-on-one meetings, and they have group sessions as well. They have workshops, and these peer mentors provide a sense of understanding for the students, and it's a peer-to-peer. So pretty much the students feel more comfortable coming to them rather than coming to a staff and saying, hey, I have this issue, where they probably feel a little bit more embarrassed.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Let me get back to Jeremy, because Jeremy, there a lot of things have happened with our Brother to Brother program. Talk about the award we won, and we were just recently in a major publication that did a 1.5-page spread on the Brother to Brother component. So talk a little bit more about that.
So we have a national organization, NASPA, that our Collegiate Male Institute and our Brother to Brother program was awarded the Bronze Medal Award for Social Justice and Advocacy, and the biggest push for that was just the years of service. So it's really kudos to Mr. Jackson for laying that foundation to provide that brotherhood from an early on start. And when he brought me in back in 2017, all I did was just build upon the things that he was already doing and help bring in some of the ideas from our students and kind of just continue to just build a robust program for developing our young men. That's one of the things Mr. J just said. It's very hard to get our young men involved, but once they got involved, they took it to another platform. We went from, having 5 to 10 students up to 100 students in one semester. Was just engaging into our student population in this program. And right now with COVID, we're trying to still figure out that way to continue to increase it. But to go back to that award, it was just the the amount of work that we have done in our team. As well, MASS has really been an advocate for our multicultural underrepresented student population. And so over the year, for the last 3 years, we have actually had over a 90% retention rate for our multicultural males. And so that's what we end up getting the award for, was just the recruiting, persisting, and graduating of minority males. And, we have actually increased it over our their counterparts, from white males to the female counterpart, just by the advocacy that we have done with them, from the reach outs, for calling, the emailing, and the one-on-one sessions. I had one student come to me last semester and say, hey, Mr. Jones, if it wasn't for your Friday office meetings, I wouldn't have got past my classes. And so that kind of go into the different conversation about our spread that we had in Diverse Weekly or Diverse Magazine, and it was just talking about why brotherhood matters. And that's one of the biggest things I teach a lot of my guys, is that I want to be that person for you, to be that voice for you when you're not feeling like you have that voice on our campus. With 71,000 students, it's, and then you look at the underrepresented population of our males, it doesn't compare. So we always talked about you're just not a number in our book. You're that individual that we want to help you be successful. And so we put all these things in together, and providing those Super Bowl parties to providing the burgers. Me and Mr. Jackson was outside, for two
it was
games.
Hot too.
It was hot. Cooking hamburgers, but it was all for those guys to feel like they had a place, had a home, for them, the guys to just come and talk. And that's why we had our fireside chats to talk about certain different things. And so with those two different publications and that NASPORT award has really put our platform to show that when you put the investment in our students, it will work in the end. Our return on our investment, we put a lot of hours into these young men, and we have got guys have full rides to get their graduate school paid for, their PhDs paid for, based off of things that we have done through our Brother to Brother program. So like I said, it's kudos to Mr. Jackson, putting that staple of saying, hey, we're going to really make sure we recruit these young men and persist these young men and graduate these young men. So I do appreciate for me to bring in, the opportunity to be a part of this Brother program.
Well, I think not just the male program, but as you can see, our Access program is an award winner. Our First Generation program is an award winner. And basically, we are, as a unit, a national award winner. And I think that goes to just telling individuals and students just how dedicated the staff here in the Mass office. A lot of times we go beyond working 5 o'clock. A lot of offices are 8 to 5. Not us. And I know because sometimes I get online at 9 o'clock and Tammie's also online. I can see because there's a little green light up there that lets me know she's available. Josefina's online, or Jeremy's online, or Sheila's online. And so, if you are a student at UCF and you are multicultural and or first generation, you need to talk to us, because we're going to help you get through this place and we're going to help you prepare. Now, we still got a few more areas that we want to talk about. Tammie, let's talk about the Night Alliance Network, because this is also a department that is recognized for the success that we have working with foster care. So, Tammie, tell us a little bit more about what you do with the Night Alliance Network.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. For the Night Alliance Network, I serve as the state liaison for students that were formerly in foster care. Our main goal in this program is to assist students with navigating the collegiate college going, college staying, college graduation process, right? We've heard about the social integration and how it impacts student success. Well, for our foster care students, it's less likely if they were at some point in foster care. Nationally, the data shows that they will struggle at graduating. On our campus, that is not the case. Our former foster care youth are doing really well. We encourage our students to get to know each other again through our peer mentoring outreach efforts. Most of those programs, most of their sessions are closed to other students, simply because we want to protect those students that are in that program, and we want them to also feel like they have a place where they can actually relax and feel comfortable as well with sharing their stories with each other and myself. When students are coming into our institution, they are given an academic plan. They are also assigned a peer mentor. We also give those students free laptops. We want to make sure that those students have all the necessary tools and skills that they need when they arrive on our campus to be successful. Again, with everything that we provide to those students, it's not a one-size-fits-all, is what I like to tell students. Most of my students sometimes just need someone to talk to. They just want to come and sit. It's exciting to get the invitations to the graduations. It's exciting to get the invitations to the weddings. It's exciting to write their letters of recommendations for graduate school, because over the course that they've been here, we've been their family for them. We have been their support system for them. So it is always exciting to see them move into the next chapter of their lives and to be a part of that experience for them.
Well, thank you so much. You're doing a great job with that. And one of the things you said just led to another question. I'll have Jeremy answer this. If you are not aware, Mass has a laptop loaner program. Jeremy, you want to explain what that's about and what we do?
So with our laptop loaner program, so at the University of Central Florida, it has a lot of things that our LibTech program on the second floor in the library. And most loaners are only for 3 days, 1 hour, or let's say 5 hours. With our laptop loaner program, you come be a part of our program, you can actually have the laptop up for 7 days, and it's renewable. So what does it say if you need it for longer than 7 days? You can go and return it, and get it right back that same day. If you need a little longer than for the full semester, case by case, we'll allow you to do that. And that's for the students that have been in part of our program for that second or third year. So we will make sure that everything is available. We have almost 65 laptops, I believe, is available for our students, and they are first come, first serve. So they definitely need to be there. There's actually other laptops as well through the LipTech, but for our mass and our access students, we have about between 35 to 65 laptops available for our students.
And so if you are a multicultural and/or first generation student and you either have an issue with your laptop or you do not have a laptop, you can go to the library on the second floor, the lab tech area, and you can actually take out a laptop to use. Once again, one of the things that we're trying to do to really help you be successful here at UCF. All right, let's move to Josefina. And Josefina, you also head up the Latino Retention Initiative. Talk with us about some of the things you do for Latino students on the campus.
We partner with the Latin American Association Group, which is a student group formed of all these students from different countries that represent the Hispanic Latinos. And what we do, we have a general board meeting every Tuesday at 6 p.m. So you're welcome to participate. If you want more information, I would invite you to visit the Latino American Association site at UCF and just hit the contact button. It will come to me and also go to the president, and we'll definitely respond to you with our meetings and any opportunities that are out there for scholarships, and as well as any events that we're having. Unfortunately, because of COVID, most of our events right now are all via Zoom.
Yes, just about all of them are Zoom, as a matter of fact. And so, Josefina, also, with all of the other programs that you are heading up, why don't you give the individuals your email address so if they want to contact you about any one of the programs you mentioned, they'll know how to do that?
Absolutely. My email address is Josefina, Josef as in Frank, INA, .Rosario, ROSARIO @UCF.edu. And also I would like to mention, Mr. Jackson, that our Dreamers also have a club, and it's called We're Here. It used to be called Dream US, but now it's called We Are Here. And if you need more information, please do not hesitate to email me, and I can provide you a little bit more information on that. And remember, everything that you send me is confidential, and I'll be happy to assist. And our general meetings are Mondays at 6 p.m.
Okay, thank you very much. Jeremy, same thing. If a guy wants to get in contact with you, how do they do that?
So my email address is jeremy.jones@ucf.edu. That's JEREMY.JONES@UCF.edu. Outside of the three programs that I talked about, I'm actually the advisor of multiple male organizations. So if you want to get a part of some other male organizations like Progressive Black Men Incorporated, a couple of fraternities and sororities as well, I'm definitely an avenue to a lot of our other student organizations on our campus. So if you want to get well connected, definitely reach out to me. So we definitely wanted you to become great leaders on our campus.
And Emily, since you put it out there that if someone had any questions, they could contact you, how can they contact you, Emily?
You bet. My email is emily.winchester@ucf.edu. So that's emily.winchester@ucf.edu.
Now, one of the things I forgot, Emily, in regards to you are also a part of the President's Leadership Council. What is that?
That's right. The President's Leadership Council serves as kind of a unique function on campus. We serve as representatives of the President's office, both outwardly to community organizations and inwardly to the student body. So we also get the chance to elevate student voices to the President, serve at various professional functions and receptions that he has. So like Board of Trustees meetings or Board of Governors meetings even. Those are some places where PLC members are often asked to attend and maybe speak about their experience with the university, or kind of help outsiders really get to understand what it's like to be a UCF Knight and what that means. And it's a really great organization, and it really allows you to get to know other student leaders on campus and really get to know the student body and have some close contact with the university president. That's definitely one of the biggest perks, is that we get to meet every couple of months with the university president. And Dr. Cartwright is a fantastic president who always listens to our student concerns and lets us share our experiences and is very responsive I have been so impressed by how quickly he is able to turn things around. And even if he doesn't have an answer for us right then in that meeting, you will get an email and a response in a day or two. He is quick on it. So that is a wonderful experience that I've been able to have through PLC. And if that sounds like an experience that any of you would be interested, please don't hesitate to contact me and let me know. I can put you in touch with the members of the council that are in charge of recruitment. We are actually currently in the middle of recruitment season. So if you're interested in PLC, please reach out to me, or you can get in touch with any of the members on council. If you email plc@ucf.edu, they can also give you some more information, and we'd be happy to talk to you about that.
Well, thank you so much. And I think one of the things, as you're listening to us, you're hearing us talk about, multicultural students and or first generation students. But let's make it real clear. If you're not multicultural or first generation and you want to come to us, we are here for you. We have all kinds of students who are not multicultural or first generation, and they come in to us and ask for assistance, and we are here to help you. We work with all UCF students because we want to make sure that you have all the tools that you need in order to help you be successful here at the university. And so we're almost kind of out of time. I want to thank Mr. Jones, Miss Nadeau,
Mr. Jackson,
Emily.
Mr. Jackson.
Yes.
I think you forgot somebody most special.
Who?
You.
What about me? I'm the guy who's kind of leading this thing here.
Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Oh, you want me to talk about me? Well, I will talk a little bit about me. This is more about you guys because you guys are the nuts and bolts of the office. But since you insist, I have been here at UCF for 14 years. Altogether, I've been working in higher education this is year 34. It'll be 34 years come September. Not too many left, but we'll hang in there until then. And so since I've been at UCF, I've been the director of mass. I don't want to do anything else. This is all I want to do because it provides an opportunity to be close to the students. And so one of the things that you've heard from each and every person here is that we are concerned about helping you be successful. I mean, you hear that a lot. Right? You've heard that a lot in this podcast, helping you be successful. We're here for you. So whether you're listening to us via Zoom, via Instagram, via Facebook Live, via YouTube, contact us. Let us know how we can assist you. And the other thing, let us know what areas or what interests you might have. Is there a specific topic that you would like for us to talk about? Because we're here to assist you. And so, as I said before, I want to thank Miss Siegrist, Mr. Jones, Miss Tammie, Miss Emily, Miss Josefina for your time today. And be ready and be on the lookout for the next 106 in Mass. And so until next time, this is Wayne Jackson saying, take care and be safe.